Hello everyone, my name is Jacob, and today I'm gonna be playing some more Euro Truck Sim. It is currently nighttime, and I have to remember... No, that's the wrong one. Anyway, I'm gonna try to set off here and have a chat, have a little ramble as always. So I am currently in a very nice Mercedes-Benz truck, transporting some pears or something like that. I didn't really pay attention to the thingy, which is fine, I guess. Go. Looks like I have the big trailer as well, which is, I'm sure, is not gonna be a problem. I'm gonna have to... It is currently a problem already, because I'm gonna bump it against the other trailer if I'm not careful. Okay. This camera. Come on. You can do this. Power. There we go. Anyway, now that I have saved myself from that particular sticky situation, I am able to get on the road finally. Nobody there, so let's go. So today's ramble is going to be I don't know what it's going to be about. I sort of been thinking a little bit more about... Ooh, just bashed it. But just bashed the trailer. I should have not been thinking that much, I guess. Anyway, I have been thinking about sort of my interest areas, sort of relating to the jobs and education ramble that I had the other day. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get onto the freeway and then start rambling if possible. I have to turn right here. I can't believe I've forgotten how to change the camera in this game. I literally have no idea how to do it. I have no idea. Anyway, let's get onto this road here. I can't see. That guy just blocked the road, so that's fine. I'm not really paying attention to the revs enough. That's fine as well. Anyway, that truck is just passing me. That is not so fine. But I do have an extremely heavy trailer attached to my truck, and it is not my truck. Which sort of redeems me, because if it were my truck, I would have to have it as powerful as possible, just to be able to pass all of the other trucks on the highway and not be humiliated by them every time they pass me. Anyway, oh yeah, I'm just passing this guy in the right lane now, which is pretty cool. That's right, dude. I am not gonna let you in because I want to be the fastest, and well, that's just how it is. Anyway, back to my not yet started ramble of today. So I was thinking about sort of points of interest in life and ooh, stuff going on. You see, this game just wants me to stop, basically, and that guy's just gonna plow into that bus. He's not really, but that's what it looked like. Anyway, so anyway, I was thinking about this in relation to sort of jobs or sort of different things you can do that are not your primary sort of job or your primary field of expertise, is what I'm trying to say. And I found that quite interesting. This is pretty narrow in the sense that not many people know how to do everything. Well, I would argue that no one in the world knows how to do everything. They do sort of that they would do in their lifetime. That sort of sounds a bit confusing. I'm gonna get to the point though, because we humans do so many activities and we need so many things in our lives. There is no way one could be an expert in all the fields that are... Okay, I'm gonna have to get off here because I wasn't paying attention. In all the fields that are needed for those products or for those sort of jobs or and stuff like that. So what he needs in his life. So talking about stuff, so products, services, I guess, everything that one could need, and nobody really can be an expert in all of the stuff he needs, which means that, well, I don't know what it means. This is a very philosophical sort of ramble, if you didn't know this before, but I found it really interesting, sort of connecting to my ramble about jobs and education, and my interests. My interests are sort of weird like that I am interested in stuff sort of I do not want to be an expert at most of the stuff, but I would like to learn many different things, not necessarily like in the sense that like you go to school and learn. I really like learning from my personal experience, which means give me, for example, some materials and show me the basic procedure or something in that sense, and then just leave me to it, and I would be able to teach myself or sort of learn how to do a particular thing, or something in that sense, in order to... I'm not supposed to go down here. In order to make that product or to conduct that service for myself or for somebody else, I would argue that my biggest sort of interest is to build or to make stuff for myself. So not necessarily to spend less money, if you know what I mean, for those products, but to sort of give me an experience from which I can benefit maybe later in life, or maybe not ever, but I feel that if I know how to make something or how to conduct a service of some kind, I feel that my my knowledge of the world and my sort of importance is much higher than if I didn't know that. Now that is sounds very, very philosophical. Let me put it with an example. So I decided recently that I wanted to, well, not so recently, that I wanted to sort of upholster the interior of my car. Now, because I have a convertible, the interior is basically just molded plastic in order to be resistant to the elements. And I decided that because I try to, as much as I can, protect my car against the elements, it would be fine if I upholstered the interior. So I went and bought some artificial leather, or whatever we want to call it, that is sort of it is good against the UV rays and water and stuff like that, so it doesn't warp and it doesn't do weird stuff. Oh, okay, that was not the best. Anyway, so anyway, I went out and I bought a square meter of the stuff, and I decided that I wanna upholster the door cards, the door panels, because the previous fabric that was on there just started to come off because the glue just turned into dust, and it was really ugly, and I just pulled them off and decided, yeah, I wanna cut out some pieces of this artificial leather and just stick them on the doors with some glue, and hopefully it's gonna look nice. So I did that, and of course, as always, when you're doing something on your sort of by yourself, is what I'm trying to say. Just turn off the lights by accident. It doesn't really it doesn't really ever turn, at least in my cases, it doesn't turn out really professional looking, but I think that what you make yourself has a very very much bigger sort of positive, how should I say this, looks much more positive in your eyes than something you have just bought, even though the thing you bought is usually much nicer, and it can even be less costly, especially time. But anyway, so where was I? So I stuck the pieces of leather on the door, and it looks pretty good. So I decided to do the sort of the armrest that's in the middle between the seats, and it was previously just sort of molded plastic, as I said, and I just wanted to give it a little bit better look and a little bit better feeling when you have your arm on it, so that it doesn't feel just like plastic and cheap. So I tried to do it myself. So again, I made some templates for the shape, because there wasn't any fabric or anything on it from the factory. I had to do it myself, and I am quite pleased with the results. So I got the pieces of leather, and I stitched them together, and I'm gonna sort of glue them on to the actual cover of the the actual arm rest in, well, sometime, and currently it looks pretty good. So I decided that I'm gonna do the top part as well, and even though it's not gonna look 100% professional, if you look closely, you are definitely going to be able to see that it was made by hand and by a non-expert. But I sort of learned a lot of things while doing this. I sort of learned a little bit more stitching and a little bit more patience and a little bit more accuracy and precision, which has will hopefully and has hopefully benefited me. It definitely has sort of mentally, because I definitely felt better about myself when I did that, and it turned out sort of okay. And I think that is the most important thing, just to be able to sort of bring up your morale with stuff you make. I think it's just great. So anyway, that was a very long and convoluted explanation of the very long and convoluted ramble of about my thoughts. Anyway, I am really sorry I cannot... Is there a... Okay, that's fine. I'm really sorry I cannot sort of convey this a little bit better with words. This is as far as my English goes, I'm sorry, but I hope that you got the idea. So anyway, what else have I been up to lately? Today has been a very nice day. It has been sunny. It has been a little bit warmer today, and which meant that, of course, I took my car out and went through some bends on a nice road. The road was a little bit wet still, so I had to be careful, but it was great fun. And of course I had the top down, even though it was like 9 degrees outside, but that doesn't matter. So anyway, that was very good. After that, I cleaned the car, because it is very important in these winter months to clean the car, especially because there is a lot of salt on the road, especially if the road is a little bit wet. The salt just gets onto the car really easily, and it's really not the best. So you have to really clean that car every time you take it out. Anyway, I didn't really drive it in the past couple of days, because the road was a little bit wet. It wasn't like really wet, but when they sort of salt the road because of ice, the salt drives water onto itself. So that means that you can clearly see... Jesus Christ, I nearly took that guy out. Anyway, you can clearly see that there's a little bit of moisture on the road, and sort of on the sidewalk and around the road there's none. So you can tell right away that that's because they put salt on the road. And if you care about your car, and if you have other options than driving it, you shouldn't really drive it at that time. Anyway, I am going to try to park this thing somehow. It is really long, and I am not sure how I'm gonna park it. We're gonna try. Let's see, is there a thingy back there? Oh, I am going in the opposite direction. Okay. Yeah, there is a trailer there. And I've hit it, of course. Other direction. And try and... Okay, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna have to go all the way to the end here. Try to straighten it. And then try to get into that slot there. If I can see it. Okay, so let's try this. Oops. Other way. Straighten. Go. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, this is pretty good, yeah. Turn. I can't see. Come on. Okay, go. Turn. And I've hit the post, which is not the best. Oh yeah, this is totally gonna work. Awesome. Not if I put it in neutral though. Come on. Ooh, that was not nice. Where's the camera? Okay, so I am sort of lined up here, possibly a little bit. Okay, I can hear them. I can't hear them. I can see the marks. Unfortunately, maybe according to my brain farts, it would be better if I heard them as well. But this is going pretty well. I can just back it in here, and that's gonna be all. Okay, I think I need to straighten it a bit. This was pretty good parking, considering that the trailer is really huge. Go, parking thing. Make it happen. Go. Come on. Why doesn't it work? Oh. That worked. Come on. There you go. I have to hit this button. That's nice. So, anyway, I really hoped you enjoyed my ramble again about weird stuff that I don't really understand myself, and I hope you didn't get too confused. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, you can press the like button and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.